Hello, everybody.
What's up?
Welcome back. This is our third episode, but Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. fourth episode of Agents Aftershock, the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Aftershow by Ninja Mafia Entertainment. This one, I enjoyed this one.
This was fun. I have some misgivings, but we can get into that later when we discuss like the entire thing. Overall, I really like this. I like that we got a lot more backstory with the Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious as to what they're doing, because initially Uncle Eli, the character, he's still alive in this, but he was the spirit that allows Robbie to become Ghost Rider.
The serial killer who possessed the car.
So I'm not real sure what they're going to do, if they're going to do like it's the actual spirit of vengeance or what. So
I mean, they are kind of modifying the origin, but that's okay.
It's fine. Yeah,
it is made for TV. I think as long as it fits the story, it'll be okay.
Right.
Man, since we're talking about Ghost Rider, that fight between Ghost Rider
if you want to jump into that right now, then that was probably one of my favorite fight scenes out of this season so far.
Ghost Rider versus Hellfire. That was the Inhumans code name.
Oh yeah.
And fun fact that the Inhuman is the grandson. In the comics, he's the grandson of the original Ghost Rider.
Really?
Not Johnny Blaze, but they retconned his name later to be the Phantom Rider.
Yeah.
Because he wore a white cowboy hat and a white cloak and
after the KKK popped up, it was kind of like we might want to distance ourselves from this image.
Well, that and when they created Johnny Blaze, they modified his name. But the character is the grandson of the original Ghost Rider. So I thought that fight scene was just really cool.
It was. I enjoyed seeing where the Ghost Rider gets the chains that he's going to be using. So that was nice.
I knew that part was coming. Like, that was kind of a giveaway when he leaned back, and I was like, Robbie's gonna grab it right there, and that's right what he did.
No, that was really cool. I like that he set it on fire, and then when Ghost Rider grabs hold of it, the only thing I can think of is that's going to become even more on fire in a second. And sure enough, it just goes, whoosh, and it's like,
well done.
Bravo, sir.
I liked Mac's commentary. He's like, wait, did the two fire dudes just fall into a warehouse full of fireworks?
You knew that was going to happen.
It's like, we need to get out of here right
I was kind of on the fence about that. I'll let it go, but it kind of came off as one of those, just because you address something stupid doesn't automatically give you a pass to make something stupid.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was fine. I would have liked to see a bit more fights with the Ghost Rider, which again they keep kind of having off screen.
Yeah,
you'll see him transform, which is always a treat. But I want to see the Ghost Rider actually trade blows with somebody, and I have yet to see this.
Yeah, we got it. It was like, this is like the most fulfilling action scene we've had from him. I think they'll get into more. Definitely, probably the mid-season finale and the season finale.
Hopefully we'll have something nice and good. It looks like we've officially wrapped up that whole thing with Daisy being off buggering on her own.
Yeah, I think
I'm so glad that was over so quickly, because they could have kept drawing this out, and I was like, God, just shoot me.
From the beginning of the episode, like, we see her, like, she went to Gemma. Right. Gemma thought she was going to go look at this nice apartment for her and Fitz. No, Daisy hacked her computer and made a fake ad, and it was because she had gotten shot.
Right.
And she was like, okay, I need you to patch this up. I didn't know who else to turn to.
I was actually kind of confused. I was like, wait, did that happen last episode? I don't remember that. But it turns out it happens off screen, which that seems to be the following theme of this season. It happened off screen.
They finally did address something we talked about last week with Daisy's arms. like why they were so bad, and it's because she was using her powers without the gauntlets.
Well, that's what I theorized and what I thought, because I remembered them giving her the gauntlets and saying, "Look, this should help redirect your vibration energies so you don't shake yourself apart."
It's just she was like, well, they're kind of big and bulky and very obvious, and she can't go around wearing them all the time. And she didn't last season. But she only used her powers without the gauntlets once or twice.
Right.
So
and apparently here it's been like an almost constant thing she's been doing.
Yeah.
So, really glad we got that out of the way. What do you think about the very subtle nods that everybody knows that Ada is an LMD?
Well,
I'm about 90% sure Coulson is aware of what's going on because he's a very smart guy. He'll pick up on social cues and whatnot and be like, you know what? Yeah, I'm not going to say anything because...
I didn't really...
she absolutely knows.
I don't know. Like, that's one thing I didn't... With the whole acting thing...
If she doesn't know, then she suspects.
Yeah, May's not dumb. Like... I love how Gemma just pulls Fitz aside and she goes, "She's amazing. I see why you've been over here so long." He's like, "What are you talking about?" She's like, "Oh, come on, dude. He's an android. Don't lie to me."
Yeah, she's amazingly well built. This is a feat of ingenuity.
Like with,
you should have told me.
With Coulson, I'm not sure if Coulson knows because she said... Ada was like, ever since he gave me hands, he's like, "Oh, I'm an amputee as well."
Right.
So
I think that was him testing the waters and just being like, you know what, this is going to confirm or completely blow a suspicion. If it's a touchy subject for them, they're going to kind of want to go, just something happened, and they're not going to want to talk about it.
Yeah.
A machine probably won't have that, and I think that's what Coulson was banking on. And so I'm 90% sure he knows, or at the very least has high suspicions. I'm certain May, at the very least, is very, very suspicious of this.
I know.
I think she's okay. I think everybody's okay with it because they know what's going on with it. Though.
Yeah, I think May's definitely suspicious, but I don't know if she knows.
We'll probably find out next week.
For sure, Gemma yeah, we'll find out probably within the next couple of episodes. Gemma for sure knows, and Gemma's going to have a hard time during her lie detector testing, especially with her and Daisy's little adventure.
Well, she has a pass on this one because she can say, "I was momentarily held hostage."
Yeah. This one was very much like...
Or she can make up she can say, "I was working with an outside asset to covertly find an infiltrator." Now
that Daisy's back on the team, it's very much, well... She kidnapped me, but now she's back. So yay! I don't think she'll have to lie about that, unless Coulson wants to keep Ghost Rider and Daisy a secret from.
I don't know why
Jeffrey, but I don't think he.
I don't think he would. I don't know why he would keep Daisy a secret because she's a valued member of the team. She knows how to work with them, and I don't see any good coming of them trying to make a secret of it.
No.
Ghost Rider, I sort of understand them wanting to keep that a secret. I mean, how do you say, "Yeah, I made a deal with a guy who apparently made a deal with the devil"?
Yeah.
I
do want to touch on something Ghost Rider related. We finally figure out what the hell that book was. Like, they keep talking about a book.
Yeah.
It's, that's...
I looked this up and I immediately forgot it, so this is all you.
It's, I don't remember its name, but it's a really powerful item in the Marvel Universe.
Yeah.
Also, there's been a lot of, like, historic, like, people think this book really exists in, like, real life. Like, Hitler looked for this thing.
Right.
But Hitler was one of those. He looked for Excalibur and all of that. But, let's not get into history here. But,
why start now?
It very heavily ties to the mystics of the Marvel Universe, and I think we're getting close to getting our Doctor Strange tie-in.
It's starting to lean more and more that way, and I'm really, really excited about that.
Strange knows about the book. I believe the top two people who are tied to the book was Morgan Le Fay and Doctor Doom. I don't think they'll talk about Doctor Doom.
Probably not.
Not this
Although
early.
I would not be averse to like a Netflix style Fantastic Four TV show.
No, because if they have the rights back, like I don't know if it's confirmed or denied, but there was a lot of rumors that they traded the rights back so they could make the Legion TV show. But it's very heavily, this book is tied to mysticism, and I think come the next probably 3 episodes we'll get some tie, because in about 3 weeks I think Doctor Strange
something
comes
like
out.
that. It comes out really soon.
We're gonna get a big tie-in or like something to connect it all together.
Right. That's the big hope, and I'm about 90% sure we're going to get something like that, so it ought to be alright.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to get probably a Doctor Strange like direct link, because let's face facts, Benedict Cumberbatch is a very expensive man. He is doing a lot of things. We might get...
They'll have maybe a side actor, or they'll talk about it like they did with
We'll probably
Thor
get some talking about it. Provided she's not in the movie itself, we might get Morgan Le Fay, now that you mention her.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, she fits very, very well into trying to tie a bridge between both these worlds.
Yeah, with the science and the magic of like the ghost. I definitely think that would be something really good to touch on. I have high hopes for it. I'm not gonna, bet money on Morgan Le Fay showing up, because that's hard casting.
Yeah,
they have to find a really good actor, and I mean the actresses who have played Morgan Le Fay through all the various mediums. This would be a very different version of Morgan.
Yes.
Like, we had her in the Arthur TV show and the Merlin movie and all of those. It's going to be one of those it'll be a tough role to fill, and also that's just a tough character to tackle.
Very true.
But hopefully,
well, she's supposed to be an immortal, isn't she?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I thought I remembered that right. Yeah, she's supposed to be an immortal. She's supposed to be someone who exists outside the bounds of our normal reality.
Yeah.
And writing her into a story like this would be very, very difficult. I'm not saying it couldn't be done, or that I would in any way not want to see that. I very much would. But I want to see it done right and not have them like half-ass it.
Yeah. Well, with the book too, I think Mephisto and Baron Mordo have used the book too.
Probably.
So I mean I think he's the main villain of the Doctor Strange movie. I think it's Baron Mordo.
Maybe. I don't... Have they announced who?
It's the guy with, like, the crap in his eyes that's through all the trailers. Like, I don't know if it's... I think he's the main...
We'll post in the description who the bad guy is.
Yeah.
He will.
Yeah. But they could definitely easily tie Mephisto or Blackheart in.
Which I am totally down for. I think we'll probably get... I would like to see them do Mephisto rather than Blackheart, because Blackheart sounds like a Care Bears villain.
Yeah.
And...
the way he looks is kind of weird, too. Like, that'd be like... He's kind of just like a shadow figure. That'd be something... It'd be really easy for CG to do it, but it'd be really...
I'm watching The Flash Season 2, and I'm looking at the CG going, I was like, this looks shitty. Like, even by TV standards, shitty.
Some of it.
So, I would like to see them do something good with that if they do Blackheart. But I would like to see him done well, especially seeing as how the only version we have is that craptastic Ghost Rider movie.
I don't even remember Blackheart in that thing.
Yeah, in the first one, he was the ringleader of the group of whatever things that he wants the contract to the place.
That tells you how very little I paid attention to the Ghost
Rider. Okay, because that movie is not that deep, so...
No, the lines.
And somehow the second movie is even worse.
Did you know they tried to get Nicolas Cage back to play Johnny Blaze?
In what?
Like apparently they were gonna do like a Ghost Rider tie-in, like they were gonna have him show up as Johnny Blaze in S.H.I.E.L.D. Or something along those lines, but
I'm really glad he turned that down and let somebody else do it because, like I say, I like the idea of Johnny Blaze. I think he's an interesting character. I think it's time somebody else had the limelight.
Yeah.
Which I'm really liking Robbie.
Man, that race.
yeah, we finally get that race between Coulson and Robbie, and it's two of my absolute favorite classic cars. You got a 69 Charger and a classic Vet.
Yeah.
Just
I love
barreling down the streets, and I'm like, you know what? I'm really okay with this.
Yeah.
This is...
I thought it was going to be really hokey and kind of dumb.
That's what I was really expecting. I was like, this is going to be stupid to the nth degree. But I somehow sat there, I was like, I'm actually really invested in seeing if this Charger can outrace this souped up Vet.
I love the ending of it too. Like, you know, we think like he's just gone. I thought Coulson was gonna like make Lola fly or something like that, and it was gonna get dumb. No, Robbie just crashes right into a Quinjet, which is awesome.
Which they reinforce the fact that the S.H.I.E.L.D Charger is completely impenetrable to physical damage.
Yeah.
Which I'm still down for, but it also shows that he, as someone not the rider, can be injured in an indestructible car.
Yeah, I loved
because he crashes and gets knocked out.
I love Coulson's little one-liner. He's like, so I get his car now. That's how that works, right? Dude, with Mac, too, I'm driving. He's like, the hell you are? No one drives Lola except Coulson.
He does bring up a very good point. Mac would not be able to fit behind the steering wheel of that car. No. That man, I'm amazed he fit in the passenger seat, honestly.
Yeah.
That car is tall as hell.
That car is not big person certified.
No, those were very much cars that were meant for young people to go out and zip around on daddy's money.
Yeah.
Or people, it was the midlife crisis mobile of its day. And it maintained that distinction ever since.
Yep.
But, yeah, overall, I thought this was a really, really decent episode. We got some really good fights out of it. We progressed characters again. And, again, I really, really think that it's just going to be an unspoken thing that everybody knows Ada's an LMD.
Yeah.
They understand this. They also understand where their practicality begins and ends. And I think they're just going to be like, you know what? This is something that's going to happen. This is something that's happening from people we trust.
Yeah.
So we're kind of going to let it go.
Like I think I know some of them know, but I don't know other ones know. I'm kind of like on the fence about that one.
Right.
There is one thing I want to touch on this episode that I just did not like.
What's that?
The tracking Inhumans like they are freaking dogs.
Well, at least they're not planted with a chip under their skin. They wear a little bracelet that they can slip around. I mean, they're not tagged and bagged like they were in Heroes. This is a voluntary thing that when they tell them is like, look, we kind of got to keep track of this.
Well, I understand them wanting to keep track of powered people, but the bracelets very much just kind of seem like a plot device, because it's like, oh, well, yeah, let Hellfire sell him out, and they hack his bracelet to track
that was my point of contention for this, is it really seems more like he does this for the sake of the plot, because his motivations are very nebulous, in that he just hates Inhumans. And I was
he was like that in the comics, too. Like, he very much, like, he turned out to be a
comics fans,
then. He turned out to be a traitor of S.H.I.E.L.D. Like, he worked with them for a little bit, and then, like, he turned traitor and he died. So it's...
Same thing happened here.
So. Yeah, well, except he didn't die in this one.
Well,
Yeah. But it's just some of the Inhumans, I really do see why they would need to track them.
Yeah, like a guy who can set things on fire and cause them to explode. That might be a good idea to know about.
Yeah, but I mean, it kind of gets down to like, these people are human. That's kind of like human rights thing.
Right. Well, again, you have the aspects of Civil War, which again I think were handled far better in the movie than the comics. But I think this also sets up a good parallel between the last episode, where you saw an Inhuman who's very much willing to work with S.H.I.E.L.D. and knows that these things have to be monitored. But at the same time, you have the people who understand it, but they don't like it. Then you have the people who are out and out just like, no, fuck all this. I'm not doing it.
I do want to know, like, with the bracelet thing, are they doing it to particular or all of them? Because, I mean, I see why Yo-Yo would have a bracelet, and I see why Hellfire, because they were both criminals.
Right.
Yo-Yo did a bunch of stuff before she joined S.H.I.E.L.D.
Right.
A lot of people forget about that, but that's how we were introduced to her. She was, like, robbing banks and stuff. She was trying to stop the Watchdogs.
Right.
But she was doing it for the right reasons. And Hellfire, it really wasn't his fault. He was not inhuman, and then they turned him inhuman, and he was immediately brainwashed.
Right.
So him, like, I could understand why they would want to track him, but that just, like, I want to know if, like, Joe Schmo Inhuman would be tracked. Like, you know, he has powers, but, like, maybe his powers aren't anything great, and he just calls, hey, I'm here. Like, I want to know if they're
just
tracking him
every once in a while.
Yeah, like kind of like regular probation, I guess. Like, if like,
that would just be really inconvenient. I think it's just like a blanket measure that they can just be like, okay, this guy's here, this guy's here.
Well, it's like, I don't see Jeffrey wearing a bracelet.
Which one? Oh, Jeffrey.
Yeah, I don't see him.
And when you're the director of S.H.I.E.L.D., your movements might be a little better tracked. There's oversight there. No, I think this is just a blanket measure, just being like, hey, look, this is just as much for your safety as it is for ours. If you go missing or something happens, it's kind of like life alert. It sends out a little beacon. We know something's up. Yeah. So if somebody is trying to use you,
but now they're gonna have
threatening you like a group of terrorists are out there, then S.H.I.E.L.D. can respond.
But now we're gonna have to get them going. I think maybe this was also used to bring us other characters, because they're going to have to go pick these guys up.
They're probably going to
because the Watchdogs very much know where they are. Because they had names and addresses. So they're going to have to go get these people, and that's probably a way to bring us new characters. I understand why they did it. It just kind of felt...
It was definitely a big point of contention for me when I first saw it, and I was like, you know what, this could have been handled a lot better. You could have introduced this a little more subtly somewhere else. And
with all the stuff they're doing, I understand it.
Right. No, I get it.
It was like,
it seemed a little ham-fisted and forced when it came in here.
Yeah, so I was like, with everything else, though, I'll let this go.
Right. This is a very minor thing that's happening, and it just kind of made me angry because you didn't handle it in a way I think could have been better.
Yeah.
But, again, we're not producers or anything. We're just two idiots sitting on our ass talking shit on people who make wonderful medium and entertainment for us all.
These guys, I mean, the cast is fantastic.
No, they're all batting it out of the park. I have yet to come across somebody who I looked at and went, you know, I don't like you in your role.
Yeah.
Grant Ward eventually got that way, but that was just because his thing just got so overused. I was just like, just go away.
I liked how he was in the second half of the third season. I liked that they did something different, and they showed this guy can act. Like, he was not Ward in the second half. He was,
I guess.
Like, and he played the character completely different. You know, it showed his range. Like,
right.
There's
hoping he gets on to better things than playing a mid-level bad guy.
There's a couple. I don't think there's been any character I've particularly not cared for yet.
Right.
I really can't think of one. I don't. Coulson's kind of sidekick. I forget the guy's name, but he was Nathan Petrelli in Heroes.
Oh,
he was one of those that I was just like, he's here, but man.
Yeah, not real sure why he's here, so.
I mean, there was a couple characters that I thought I wouldn't like them at first, that I ended up thinking they were just some of the best characters in the show.
Right.
And there's some characters, like, I would like to know kind of what happened to them. They were there, and then they disappeared, and...
Yeah, who knows? Maybe we'll get some of that later.
I really want to know what happened, if Bobby and Hunter are going to come back at any point.
We might,
They were supposed to get their own show, but they didn't.
They were supposed to, and I would like to see them come back because they kind of got cheated out of their own deal. So
yeah,
I'd like to see them do something with the characters again, but if they're going to leave them alone, I'm okay with them leaving them alone.
I want to see them maybe they'll show up in the Netflix show. Maybe like work for S.H.I.E.L.D. or for the government, kind of like
maybe
undercover, like
right.
Because like S.H.I.E.L.D. basically had to toss them out. Like it was like I think they just called it like dark protocol or whatever. Like where they pretend they don't know these people. These people aren't associated with us.
Right.
Like.
No,
I see those two characters, like, I'd see them maybe, like, 6 months wanting to live normal lives, which we're about at that point, and then them just getting really bored.
Yeah, yeah. Well, if I'm not mistaken, that's what happened the last time they were together, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And it led to their divorce and all that good stuff.
I don't know. I enjoyed Bobby as a character, though. Especially,
she was nice.
I wanted to see some Hawkeye tie-ins, but the movies obviously prevented that. Like, she is one of Hawkeye's main love interests, but...
Well, she could be like a previous fling or something.
Yeah,
I mean, that could always be easily explained with just a simple rewrite.
Yeah. I was hoping, like, if they did get their own spinoff, we'd get Jeremy Renner in there.
Maybe. I mean, you never know. They might be doing something with him, and that's how they reintroduce the characters, is they pick him up with... Hawkeye off doing something else, and then Hawkeye escapes or whatever.
Never know. That's just one.
It could be another off-scene fight that happens.
I think that about covers everything I have to say.
Do you have any predictions or theories? I think we kind of covered them all.
Yeah.
This time.
I think we're gonna get some ties to mysticism. The only thing we didn't talk about is the ghost went to that guy and woke him up, but that was like 10 seconds, and I don't know where that's...
A person we don't know doing something to a person we've never seen.
Yeah, that was the guy,
yeah, I know.
Robbie's
I know who it is.
uncle put in the coma.
Right. But again, we've never seen this guy. He wasn't brought up until this episode.
Yeah.
And he only serves to forward a plot that was touched on for less than a tenth of the episode.
Yeah. I think we'll eventually, I think within the next couple of weeks, we'll discover, what Robbie is actually, what spirit's in him. And we'll get a mystic tie-in to Doctor Strange with the book.
There's open.
Alright, well,
I think that's it. That's going to wrap it up for episode 4 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It's still going pretty good. I'm not really too burnt out on anything just yet. They've paced it really, really well.
Yeah.
And hopefully they keep up this pacing and they'll make it better.
They get better every season. I will say that.
Yeah, yeah. I'd like to see their FX budget grow a little so that way we could, have Ghost Rider on screen for more than like 30 seconds at a whack.
Yep.
It mostly feels like whenever he comes on screen, he's just like, "I'm still in this show. Bye." and then we don't have Ghost Rider for like an episode and a half.
Yeah, I just think they're trying not to burn us out on Ghost Rider.
I see what you did.
But I think, like I said, they probably saved the budget all for like the mid-season and the season finale, where we'll just get like 30 minutes of Ghost Rider fighting.
That would be badass. But we're going to have somebody Ghost Rider can actually fight.
Yeah.
That way we don't look like we're just having a fucking pansy toss with Ghost Rider and some random schlub.
Yeah. Alright, everybody. We will see you guys back here next week for the next episode.
Later.